Hello again, Suzanne here, your intimacy intuitive and spiritual guidance counselor. This is a good card. Oh, so many things we could do with this one. Probably have to do a full video on the process thereof. Actually, this might go a little deep. So this is a good one. Honesty. These are beautiful. And it says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. There we go. And this kind of goes with love. It's like you can't really love someone else until you know how to love yourself. And you can't really be honest with others if you're not honest with yourself, correct? So you can't expect others to be honest with you if you're not honest with yourself either. So that's a big one. That's the one they're emphasizing right now, is if we don't have self-trust, self-awareness, why would someone else trust us? You know? And if we're doubting someone else and mistrusting them without any specific proof, because a lot of times, because someone else was deceitful to us, we assume someone else is going to be deceitful because they're the same sex or the same type of person or whatever. And that's not always the case. We have that fear, that experience in our brain that we need to release and shake it out, because it's not always attached to the soul. It's more attached to the brain, the human brain aspect. So, and again, if we're doubting someone, we need to look at ourselves. What do we doubt about ourselves? What is it that we're doubting in this person? And is there something in ourselves that we doubt as well? You know, or that we mistrust? Or are we dishonest to people? And I don't mean, outright lying to people. It's, are we hiding the truth? Are we limiting our truths? Again, holding back parts of ourselves. Again, it's not that we're lying, not that we're hiding and again being deceitful. It's we're just not opening. Sometimes it's just not sharing all of ourselves. We hide parts of ourselves, not just certain situations or past experiences or things like that. It's more of not putting our full self forward. Letting our beauty come to the surface. Let the soul come to the surface and share that with people. And again, that comes back to being vulnerable and being honest with ourselves. Are we comfortable? Are we comfortable opening up and sharing ourselves? And if not, why not? What, again, are we hiding from ourselves? What are we not being honest about? And sometimes, again, that honesty is just the fear of us. So whether it's an insecurity, a fear of not being good enough to project yourself forward to others, to put your true personality out there, or for perfect example, they just threw in, I have kind of an off sense of humor, and it's an acquired taste sometimes. Not everyone gets it. Fortunately, a lot of people do. Or I should say they appreciate it. Whether they like it or not, they appreciate it. And even my crew has an interesting sense of humor, but they're connected to me, so it's so we balance and we have a mutual understanding. But the beauty of it is, and I've had so many people tell me this, I was hesitant in putting my personality out there. And those of you that have seen my videos, or especially those of you that know me in person, know that that's true. I'm a little off the edge, dangling over the edge. And I was afraid to put that out there, and I tried to keep it kind of monotone and keep it generic, I guess. But it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel organic. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel spiritual. So allowing myself, as weird as I am, but again, we're all unique for a reason, right? So I put that out there, and the beauty is, it gets the point across a lot more. Even if it's, again, those of you who know me, I slip in some colorful language every now and then. But it hits to the point, and it makes you take notice. The first time I dropped the F-bomb in front of someone, they're like, whoa, wait, what? Oh, the angel lady just said the F word. Oh, is that legal? Can you do that? Did you just lose your angel wings? No, but it made them pay attention, because they were kind of zoning out. They were hearing what I was saying, but it was kind of going in one ear out the other. But when I dropped that, it's like, oh, wake up call. And it's like, what did she just say? And they replayed it, right? To make sure I really said that. And they got the point. The information came through and it sunk in. And then they still repeat it. They remember it. So that's the beauty of it too. You know, I'll put something out there with my twisted sense of humor or whatever. And it's memorable. Because it is so different or off or coming from sweet little old me, whatever. You know, whatever it takes. And that's the beauty of it. When we project our true selves, that's how we really connect with others. You know, that's what sticks in people's minds, whether they love you or not, or dislike you or hate you. Hate, oh, that's a big one. It's, you know, at least you're putting your real self forward instead of the fear of someone disliking you for not even knowing who you are. You put that front up, or worse yet, you don't even put it up there. It's just the physical, just your human shell out there existing, and you're not bringing your true self to the surface so people can really get to know you. So when we fear judgment, when we fear lack of honesty, deceit, it's because we're not even putting ourselves out there for them to give that trust to us or give that honesty to us. If we're not honest with ourselves and bringing our true self to the surface, how are we ever going to get there? You know, how can we trust others? How can they trust us if we're not trusting ourselves enough to bring our true selves to the surface? See how we go off topic? And we get to this deeper meaning? We start out with a basic little card of honesty. You know, learning, basically this card is about trusting yourself and finding that, but there's so much depth to it. Again, we could go on and on and on. But again, we're getting to that point where in this day and age, we really need to bring our true selves to the surface because there's so much fakeness going on. You hear the fake news all the time, and that, which is getting old. But it's everything is superficial. Not everything, I won't rephrase that. So many things and so many people are superficial because we're afraid to be vulnerable. We're afraid to open up and to be seen differently. But then again, how do we see ourselves? It's how we see ourselves is what we project out for others to see us as well. So focus on that this week. You know, go deeper. Who are you really? Do you even know who you really are underneath? How much of yourself have you brought out? How far have you brought your soul to the surface? Have you brought it outside of the physical? Have you expanded your being, your etherical being, outside of the physical shell? You know, bring that out there. That's how we truly touch people. And we're not just touching people with our hands and hugging and shaking hands and things like that. It's a true, loving, connecting embrace is when we project our soul being outside of the shell and embrace others with that. Melding their souls with our souls. And that is the deep, true soul, spiritual, divine connection. And you can take that as far as you want to go with that. Because again, all relationship. We keep coming back to relationship because that's what life is. That's what human experience is a series of relationships. Whether it's with dogs, with friends, with family, with lovers, with employees, employers, fellow co-workers. That is how life exists. You know, that is the creation of life. It's our relationship with plants and animals. I said the puppies already, but with nature and with the earth. Because we are all one, and as we find that connection, again, the visual they're giving me is, you know, I say this quite often, we are one piece of the puzzle that creates this whole universe, not just the planet, but the universe. So the visual they gave is, as we connect with others, you know, most people know what a puzzle piece looks like, and you got the little grooves and all the different little shapes to it. So there are many sides, if you look at it this way, there are many sides to a puzzle piece. Okay? So if you think of it that way, that each area, each outside area, each little edge or corner or whatever, if it's a corner piece, or every little spot, that's connecting to someone else in the puzzle, another part of someone else in the grand scheme of that, the puzzle whole, you know? Is that making sense the way I worded that? Okay. So in that connecting, that's how we create the energy that is our existence. So ponder that one this week. Bring yourself out there, find your true self, embrace it, love it, share it with the world, and don't be afraid. You know, again, the divine doesn't make mistakes. We're all perfectly imperfect. We are our perfect selves. I'm perfect. I'm the perfect me. You're the perfect you. Embrace that. Love it and share it. Have a great week.